Hey guys, I'm going to do a little snippet of motivational or mindset Monday. So I've got a topic that I wanted to bring to you. I've been doing some what do they call it? Mental intelligence, mindset work. Trying to remove the blocks that you have or that I have about myself and about things pertaining to my business especially. So I've been following a few different things. I've been listening to Rebecca T. Dixon's podcast. I've got an audiobook for the High Performance Habits by I forget his name. Is it Brandon Buchanan? I think that's right. And also Mel Robbins. And so one of the things that I picked up recently is from Mel Robbins doing the 5 second the 5 second rule. So basically, your brain has a small window of time before it makes a decision, right? So something is presented to you. You have this small window of time to make that decision. Generally, if you wait too long, your mind goes into protection mode, and so you automatically start talking yourself out of whatever it is decision that you need to make. Say you really want to open your own business and someone came to you with an opportunity and you had to decide. And if you didn't decide right then and there, I'm going to make this happen, and you stopped for whatever time frame it is, like 10 seconds, your mind's already started to give you all your limiting beliefs. I can't do that. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the skill for it. I really want to, but it goes in protection mode because it's afraid. It's afraid to step out and take the risk with the possibilities of whatever. What if? What if I make it? What if I fail? What if I do something wrong? What if people make fun of me? What if? And so all the limiting beliefs step in, and that's your mind protecting itself from somebody else's criticism. You getting discouraged because you didn't believe in yourself enough to make it work. You are upset because somebody said that you looked dumb doing that, or they made fun of you because your video was silly or whatever, and then it blocks you and you step back from whatever it is that you wanted to do because now you have that little bit of doubt and that limited belief that you can't. So the 5 second rule basically comes in where as soon as you have a choice to make a decision and you start to hesitate, you're supposed to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And then that is enough to break the cycle of turning toward the safe way, the safe mode, and actually going forward with something that you want to do. And I've tried it a few times, and it was silly stuff. Like, I usually get on to a topic that's either annoying me or I'm getting agitated, and all I can think of is that same thing. And it's repetitious, and it's over, and it's over, and it's over, and then I get more mad, and I get upset, and I get worked over on it, and it's just like frustrating as all get out. And so I've just decided to count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't care, I'm gonna let that go. And it has worked just in the little things, from people irritating me to getting frustrated while I'm driving, people going slow, people still stopped at green lights, and you're just kind of like, I got places to go. From your kids, everybody vying for your attention, and then you need a minute to just break the cycle. Like, I usually go on little tangents in my head, like, why am I the only one that everybody wants to talk to? Why am I the only person that can do this, for them? Why am I, like, what about me and what I want to do and what I need to do and everything? So I just have to break the cycle with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a deep breath and take care of whatever it is that needs to be taken care of. Like, if it's somebody at work needing me to correct something, if it's the kids needing to get to basketball practice, or they need help with whatever, to the husband, I'm not doing something that I'm supposed to be doing, or whatever, I get in that tangent in my head and I work it over and over and over until I'm frustrated. And then I get that whole big limiting belief thing going on. And basically, like, the definition of limiting belief is it's the things that we believe that constrain us in some way. And so just by believing in them, we do not think, do, or say the things that inhibit. And in doing so, we impoverish our lives. We may have beliefs about certain rights, duties, abilities, and permissions, and so on, but the limiting beliefs are often about ourselves and our self-identity. And the beliefs may also be about other people and the world in general. So when you say, I don't have the ability to do that, I don't have the money for it, I don't have the skills, I don't have the education, or I can't fit that into my schedule, I can't spend the extra money on that, I can't do the things that I need to do to make that happen, I must or mustn't, I must have this education or this degree, or I must have the perfect place, or I am or I am not. I am not good enough for that. I am too old for that. All these different things that you tell yourself. It's basically where it came from was an experience that you had, and it was a traumatic experience in some way, and then you educated yourself by watching a teacher or a parent on how they dealt with it and how they were able to overcome, or how they poo-pooed it off, like a lot of people do that, just kind of ignored it. So you learned from them, and then you have this faulty logic, which is somebody else's reasoning or somebody else's logistics of how that's supposed to work, and you never come to your own full experience of it. It's not yours, it's somebody else's. You learned it from somebody else, and then you come up with an excuse. So when something didn't go right, then you can say, well, I learned it from so and so I didn't know any better, or whatever. You can come up with any kind of excuse to kind of gloss over the fact that it was something that you didn't do yourself, because it was easier to blame somebody else. And then it ends up, basically, it's fear. You're afraid to try something else because you have tried it before, you had an experience, you learned how somebody else dealt with it. Now you believe that that's always going to happen. If I do this, then this is always going to happen because it happened before. And you're going to excuse it because, why do I even try? Because this is how I think, this is how I am, this is your excuse, because you're afraid. You're afraid that if you step outside of your box or step into something else, that you're going to fail. And people will watch, people will laugh at you, people will make you feel bad about yourself. And so that's where you get your limiting beliefs. So what? Limiting beliefs are just things that we make up in our head, and based off of previous actions. sometimes it doesn't even have to be our actions. It's just we watch somebody else experience. And so we don't even know if it's going to be the same for us. We just automatically assume so because we've seen it happen to somebody else. And the goal in all of this is to overcome your limiting beliefs by first recognizing them and then act to change what it is that you believe. So if you want to start a business of your own, we'll say, for example, but you've seen other people do it and they were successful, but I can't. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the education. I don't have the experience. I do that with my pharmacy business. I want to be a millionaire, not a millionaire necessarily right away, but I want to be successful enough that I can replace my income and stay and work at home, and or to become debt free. I mean, there's many goals that wrap around that business, and I see my upline, not the one above me, but the next one above me, being the number one person in the United States, and jealous because she, all these beliefs that I have by, like just judgment beliefs, she gets to stay at home. And so she's got all the time in the world to work her business. But in reality, she's got 5 children and a husband. So it's not like she's just sitting at home not doing anything. She is actually working as a mom and a wife. And she's kicking butt as a businesswoman. So I can take it many different ways, but I choose to believe that she's working hard and that she's able to do her business on the side of that, not just the fact that she goes, like I go to an 8 to 5 job Monday through Friday, and yeah, it would be nice to be able to spend all day, throughout the week, a couple hours doing just this and reaching out to people and going places and everything like that. But that's not my reality. And I can make it happen for the goal that I have. I'm not trying to be like number one in the company or anything, but to try and make as much money as I need to fulfill some of the goals that I have in life. A couple hours in the evening is just as good as a couple hours during the day. I have to make it work. I have to figure out what the key is and overcome my belief system that this isn't good enough. This evening stuff isn't good enough. And so basically I just wanted to come on for my Motivational Monday and help you with your mindset. I just want to tell you that if you have doubts, if you have these limiting beliefs that tell you, you're telling yourself that you're all these things that simply aren't true, or that you're just afraid. You have let fear take over. You need to break the cycle, count backwards from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, change your mind, and step forward into a goal that you have, a job opportunity that you have, an adventure that you wanted to take. Just go ahead and step out and get rid of your limiting beliefs. Like, step around those, because you can do anything that you put your mind to. It really is that. Your mind is it's such a pain in the butt. It's always protecting you. Your ego gets in the way. It wants to be in charge. It wants to keep you safe. It doesn't want you to get out there and just flail around because, what if? And so it is a pain in the butt, and you have to. I listen and read Joyce Meyer's The Battlefield of the Mind. It is true. Your mind is it's such a battlefield, because it's trying to protect you and keep you safe, but it really is only putting a cap on all your abilities. So you just have to step around it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make your move and make it happen. So hopefully this was helpful to you. And if it was, then leave me a message. leave me a like or a comment of some sort. Let me know that it helped or it didn't. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.